Good morning. I understand you want to speak with me about the director position that I have been acting in for the last 12 months.
Yes, Samantha, good job taking a seat. You have been doing a great job over the last year and our numbers have never looked better. The employee morale is up and things are moving ahead well.
Thank you, Ed. I'm very excited about the future of our organization.
Yes, I am excited too. And I am even more excited now that we have found a permanent person to fill your... Oh. I mean the director position. His name is Dan and he will be starting next week. I know that your knowledge and insight will be of great value to him as he moves into your role.
I don't understand. You said I was doing a great job. I thought I was going to get a real shot at this position. Why didn't I get the job?
Well, Samantha, to be honest, you just don't have the balls for this position.
I'm sorry. Did you just say I don't have the balls for this position? Are you saying I am not tough enough or bold enough to handle the job?
No. I'm saying you don't have the right equipment for the job. We need someone with a full set of balls. Literally.
Okay. I don't even know what to say to that. I guess I've hit a glass ceiling here.
And I know you want to employ more women, but can we be practical for a moment? Now, I've got two of my best people off on maternity leave right now. Two. Now, the last thing I need is another woman who might go and get pregnant.
In many countries, women, minority ethnic, disabled and older workers are more likely to be found in lower paid, lower status jobs with fewer career opportunities, chances of promotion and training. Women at employment are hindered by assumptions of a lack of commitment to work and stereotypical views about their abilities, which is why they are still more likely to be found working in low-paid occupations such as the clerical work, personal and customer service. The glass ceiling metaphor is often used to describe women not getting employed or promoted simply because of their gender. Senior managers who are in charge of the recruitment process have assumptions that their organization has little to gain from recruiting an employee who is likely to generate the extra costs and inconvenience associated with maternity leave or pregnancy. To eliminate gender inequality, governments have forced legislations and affirmative action policies such as the equal opportunities to provide the basic level of protection in principle. However, how these policies are implemented varies from country to country, as some countries lack clear enforcement channels and support through which workers can seek to secure compliance with the law. For example, although Japan is considered one of the most developed countries in the world, it also has one of the lowest female employment rates. The introduction of the Equal Employment Opportunity Law in 1986 was seen controversial among scholars, as there was a widespread belief that the government passed the legislation only as a response to international pressure rather than as an acknowledgement of changing social values in Japan. Women are still pressurized to this day to resign once they get married and become pregnant. Statistically, 70% of women in Japan leave the workforce as soon as they have their first child. As a result, Japan has one of the lowest birth rates in the world, as many women choose career over having children. As an irony, Japan's famed work culture and ethic, which once drove the country's rapid development, is now partly responsible of this situation.
might hire an attractive woman over the other qualified candidate simply because he believes she's likely to bring in more sales. In contrast, that same woman might not get hired because the employer is afraid of sexual harassment lawsuit based on the number of males in the workplace. When it comes to women events manager working for a global company traveling to various countries to represent the company, the woman events manager will counter discrimination in some countries where women are not respected and are seen as low figures. For example, a woman events manager being sent to Dubai to represent the company will not be accepted by that company in Dubai. This is because in Dubai, men and women are separated and not allowed to work together. And the main influence behind this is Arabic culture, and since Dubai is an Arab country, they don't tolerate women working with men at all. And in Dubai, men are known as the powerful workers, whereas the women are known for being the housewives. In theory, the results of discrimination against females in the workplace can include diminished company revenue, high employee turnover, and low moral and reduced productivity. However, in practice, we see that a lot of companies get away with discriminating women without any actions being taken further. Wedding planning jobs is a women-dominated industry, and we happen to see that not a lot of men are working in this type of field. The reason for this is because a wedding planning job is seen to be best suited for a woman more than a man. According to the facts, about 90% women are working as wedding planners, and 10% men are working as wedding planners.
Organizations have to adapt their management practices to the local institutional and cultural context. One of the important challenges is to know what to adapt and what not to adapt. For the companies, it's very important to remember who they are and what they are doing to make sure while entering a new country how to set up the strategy to don't lose their quality. HR managers have the responsibility to legitimize cultural differences and to encourage managers to capitalize on those differences rather than try to suppress or ignore them. Thereafter, diversity management strategies can be called into action in order to encourage workers to participate fully in organization decision-making and be included in every aspect of organization life. These complementary methods include formal and informal mentoring programs to help minority groups. With women and minorities still underrepresented in many science and engineering fields, mentoring and role modeling is especially crucial. Group mentoring has great potential for recruiting, retaining, and advancing women and minorities. Such programs should be modified to meet your organization's specific business goals. Built on the premises that there is strength in number, group mentoring offers companies a new way to make the most of their employee talent. Creation of diverse teams to benefit from their contribution to problem solving and innovation. These teams will need to be trained, fully resourced, and ideally subject to team-based recognition and rewards for successful contribution. Cross-training, skill building, opportunities, including development assignments that expose employees to multiple cultures and different gender. It is very important for the companies to make cross-training for all of the employees, women and men together. During particular training, men are going to experience work with women, know the ideas and understand how important particular pay system might be for the company to grow.
The Japan case. What would it take to close the economic gender gap in Japan by up to 10% in the next 3 years? Paternity leave, tax incentives to employ more women, quotas for boardroom parity, mentorship for high potential women, empowering women in company supply chains, communication by CEOs on gender parity, gender targets for all managers in a company. In the UAE, the picture of non-working women has now changed through the last years. The government now gives more opportunities for women to get proper qualifications by providing them with courses with flexible working hours. The stereotype image of women not working and only being housewives is being minimized. Dubai, which is an innovative and global city with many multinational companies and investors, the government has and still is doing a lot to adapt the needs of the country, as they see a lot of potential in women. The Prince of Dubai himself has an entire workforce of only female workers, as he believes that women have an equal right to work, and he wants to show the country that employing females is not a crime, and in fact he wants to encourage companies to employ more females. To create a diverse workforce, companies need to plan for change management and prepare the employees for change behaviour, as this is an important step for all multinational companies.